Now she's worn a dress made of raw meat and incubated herself in an egg-like vessel.
That's right, we're talking about pop icon Lady Gaga, who's known for her unconventional fashion sense, and her music, of course, is no less controversial.
Judas' second single from her Born This Way album has been regarded by many as offensive, and they consider the lyrics blasphemous because it provokes religion.
And in the video, Gaga portrays herself as Mary Magdalene, a role that has put her under fire from the Catholic Church. So, has she gone too far this time? Channel News Asia's Stefan, though, speaks to the superstar about her music, fame and fashion.
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on.
So Gaga, thank you so much for meeting me today. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the beautiful flowers. These are so, look at them, they're rainbow flowers. They're beautiful.
I'm glad you love them.
They match my jacket.
Yeah, they do. And speaking about your jacket, you know, I remember you once said that you make music for the dress. And, you know, did that inspire what you're wearing today?
Well, I am currently undergoing an obsession with archive Gianni Versace, so I've been wearing mostly that, and a lot of his stuff was really colorful, but it had a very dark and sexy mysterious attitude, so I'm just one of Johnny's girls today.
Well, let's talk about your new album, Born This Way. How would you compare it with your past works?
Well, in some ways it's very similar. I'm still creating fun pop music that sits somewhere in between commercial art and non-commercial art. But it is much more experimental. It really pushes the boundaries of pop dance with industrial dance beats as well as a more modern rock edge. I've been sort of calling it avant-garde techno rock. But the album sort of has two spectrums. On the one end, it's quite hard and quite industrial and quite grimy, and then on the other end, it's quite joyful and quite happy, and it's kind of like my hair.
So, you know, I also know that you write every single lyric and you're really involved in the songwriting process. What do you want people to feel after listening to this album?
I want them to feel happy and free, liberated, and perhaps very pensive. The album has that way about it. You can either really intensely listen to it and focus on every little detail, as I did, compose and arrange and write it to have a deeper message. But you also can just listen to it in your car and stare into the road.
Some of your works have actually raised controversy for provoking sensitive issues. Do you ever worry about the consequences?
No, I don't. Having an opinion about religion, it's something that I believe we should push as a boundary. I think it's important to try to burst the bubble when culture tries to tell you, or society tries to tell you, that it's not cool or it's not okay to have an opinion about God or an opinion about religion or an opinion about what is right and what is wrong. And does religion dictate the government? Does it dictate society? Does it dictate culture? Judas in particular is a metaphor about an ex-boyfriend who betrayed me, but as I began to finish writing it and create the video, I realized that it was about how good and evil need each other in order for destiny to take place.
I remember once also you mentioned, quote, "Women in the pop music scene have poor ground." Would you like to elaborate?
What I believe I was trying to say was that I'm questioned often about my authenticity as a songwriter, the place from which my work comes, and I think it's because for so long pop music had a really bad rap, and I love pop music, and I don't try to hide my adoration for it, nor do I try to hide what it is that I'm actually creating, which is pop. Pop ate my heart.
And also I understand that you make reference to your mom and dad in some of your songs. What kind of influence do your parents have in shaping your artistic ambitions and who you are today?
Well, my parents had so much influence in shaping my artistic ambitions, but more importantly, they shaped my values and my morals. I had a very rebellious spirit about my hair when I was younger. I still do. Could never make a choice, but I knew that I wanted it to be long and really nappy because I was listening to a lot of rock and roll when I was in high school, and my mother used to get so mad and she used to cut my hair at night. So I guess what I'm trying to say is our parents influence us all in the way that we learn about ourselves.
Some of your Little Monster fans in Asia, they have written to me with some questions for you. For instance, Michael Xiao, he asked, when you're not performing or on tour, how do you chill out?
I'm always performing.
But do you find time for yourself to relax or something?
Even in the bathtub, it's one big performance.
Wow, okay.
I just don't sell any tickets.
I thought you said that you like cooking, for instance?
I do like cooking, but it's still a performance.
Okay.
Usually only table for two.
Ah, okay. And Kelvin Huang asked, you have a huge fan base here in Asia. Which country left the deepest impression with you and why?
Every country leaves a very deep impression with me, but I will say that being in Japan was really, really important to me, and I shared a very, very strong connection to my fans there. This time around, they've just been through a lot, and it was nice to spend some time together and celebrate life.
Tan CB asked, Oscar Wilde said, fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. What do you think?
I think Oscar Wilde is wrong.
Why?
I don't believe that fashion is ugly. I believe that everyone's fashion changes, and fashion goes out of fashion. But style never does. I believe Chanel said that. I would say that fashion, like any art form, is a lie, and we just have to continue reinterpreting and changing it until we convince the world that it's true. So it's not because it's ugly, it's just because it's not maybe yet believable.
Pop superstar Lady Gaga for you, sharing more about her music and life with Channel News Asia Stefan.